coming to you live from the arena, Sheffield! Once again, you've joined us for the hottest ticket in sport. It's all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. Let's meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, a six-time winner of the Premier League and a record-breaking, history-making, 16-time the champion of the world. It's Phil, the power Taylor. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning Premier League champion and the reigning champion of the world, a two-time back-to-back Premier League and champion of the world, the flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson!
Phil Taylor, John Parr, is exactly where he wants to be, top of the Premier League table.
Yes, it's taken him some work and a while to get there, and he wants to build up a cushion. He wants some wins tonight. So Gary Anderson, he's been the hot man coming in, and he's making everything so tight. It's going to be one of the best quality finishes we've ever had in Premier League by the time we get to the end.
Yeah, anybody. I mean, we could have a situation where one of 5 players could get relegated on the final night of the season.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if the top 5 were all within 1 point of each other coming into the last 8? Well, it's absolutely realistic that could happen. We're getting to that stage of the parity of the quality of the throws. It just, there's so much competition right now that it'll be a crazy end to the season one way or the other.
55 years of age, taking on a man who's the world champion and the Premier League champion. He just keeps delivering, Phil Taylor.
Yeah, and you know, he's really gotten himself into position. But speaking of getting into position, Gary Anderson, after just a horrid start after being ill and everything else, he's got more form than anyone else in the last 7-8 weeks. He is absolutely on fire. Can Phil deal with that?
Wayne Mardle and Rod Studd, your commentators for this one.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, John. Yes, Gary Anderson, the defending champion, currently in 3rd spot against Phil Taylor, who tops the table. The tungsten trinity of Taylor, Anderson and Van Gerwen leading the way at the top of the Premier League. Phil Taylor not finished top since 2012. He's in pole position right now. And interesting to note, Wayne, I think that the last time Gary Anderson lost a match in the Premier League this year was indeed against Phil Taylor in Dublin, way back in week 3. You think Phil will have his number again tonight?
Well, like we've been saying about Phil, he's now somewhere near his best. He's playing with equipment that it's taken a while to get right, but in Phil's words, I don't think they can be improved upon. He's throwing them well, he's confident, and he's top of the league. As Gary hits his first 180, and the first 180 of this match. Interestingly enough, Phil Taylor is at 4 more 180s than Gary in the Premier League so far. Believe it!
85, Gary require 130.
Well, he doesn't need to go treble 24, the bullseye here. May use the ball here to leave tops if he hits it. That's what 56. He was going for, but even the errant arrow leaves him a 2-dart combination, but not quite the one he was looking for.
Gary requires 74.
42. Single 20. Got to move. Tops. Oh, that's a quality finish by the world champ and reigning Premier League champion. Gary Anderson is on a fantastic run. 7 wins, or 6 wins and a draw. Magnificent.
The 180s there, Wayne. Anderson behind Taylor on that count, but they're all behind Michael van Gerwen, who's 35 at the moment for the competition. Dave Chisnell was second, but he's no longer in it.
That's where Phil likes the dart, below the 60, and then builds upon it.
100.
Anything above, you see Phil switch for cover. Unlike Gary Anderson, who loves it there.
60.
Hold it.
This is Gary Anderson's longest unbeaten run in the history of the Premier League. Phil Taylor unbeaten in 8.
100.
Phil Taylor, of course, holds the record for the longest time unbeaten, or the most games. 44.
Yeah.
It's laughable.
3 seasons worth, wasn't it? 05, 06, 07, and the man who beat him for the first time in the Premier League was James Wade, and he'll play him again later this evening. Wade already having dispatched Raymond van Barneveld.
140.
Ah.
105, but we require 61.
Je ne sais quoi from Wayne Mardle there, as Taylor looks at 61 now. Or 16 then for Phil Taylor to level the match. In it goes. So we've seen some deadly doubling from both players so far. Both players have thrown 1 at double and both have hit, and it's 1 apiece. And Anderson will switch.
139.
In the Premier League, the last 8 matches between these two, 7 of them have gone to the very, very last leg. Will we see
85.
Another last leg shootout? He's in.
140.
He's out.
The outlying result was the 7-4 that we mentioned. Taylor defeated and very much out of sorts Gary Anderson in round 3. Phil Taylor hits his first 180. Yeah, it was a splintering start for the Premier League from Anderson, wasn't it? He lost to, well, he didn't play in week 1 because he was ill. Then he lost to Michael van Gerwen, then he lost to Phil Taylor. And we were raising a few question marks about what would happen, just as I am at the sight of that. But then he really just turned on the turbo, didn't he, Gary Anderson?
He just showed the class of a world champ. It's a back world champ at that.
Gary Repel, 130.
60 wanted. Bullseye wanted.
105. Gary Repel, 136.
That was a dart. It's a hold throw. Phil will be looking to hit 60-60. Not this time. Pressure's going to be on this 25.
96.
9 double 8.
1 double 12 is the MO of the world champion. Oh, lovely use of the lie. from Gary Anderson, with Phil Taylor there looking perplexed, waiting, hoping for 3 darts at tops. They never arrived.
Jokingly said 988, knowing that he's going to go the 24. For those of you at home, the most prolific 24 hitter you'll see in world darts. Good contest.
As Taylor hits his second maximum, this on his own throw though, remember, as he looks to level the match. Anderson having put a bit of early pressure on in this leg with the 140, but Taylor's counter punch has given him an 80-point advantage here. And he'll be looking for a 177 sans doute. Oh, he fell.
125.
Well, bit of showmanship from the 16 times world champion.
Yeah, it was a
95.
swift, wasn't it?
96.
No harm done. Looking for another treble 20. Double 18 now. He hits the segment that effectively lost the game for Raymond van Barneveld earlier. Let James Wade in and he romped to a 7-4 victory. And that's another 180. We're in the 5th leg. 2 apiece.
4 legs on throw so far.
99.
As this top of the table tussle hots up. Michael van Gerwen plays next against Robert Thornton.
100.
And then Lewis v Wright. A very, very important game for both players. And then finishing off the evening, Phil Taylor plays again against James Wade. And he's on a great unbeaten run of his own, James Wade, isn't he? Almost unnoticed. He's unbeaten in 5, having won 4 of those and drawn 1. No one mentions him.
57.
I don't think he cares about that though, does he? I don't think that worries him at all.
Well, Phil's switching, but why is switching down there? I've got no idea. You've got to switch to 18s, Phil. You may have won 16 world titles, but your counting's getting worse, pal.
100.
Gosh.
Come on, it's shocking, it's shoddy. 302, it's a 16 and 57. I'm livid. I'm leaving.
83. Gary requires 64.
64 for Gary Anderson to go back in front for the 3rd time in the match. Good dart, double 8, 2 in hand. Yes. High quality finishing from the world champion.
This is some of the best finishing. I know we're only in the 5th leg, but 74 from Gary, then a 61 from Phil, then a little 25 that's missable from Gary, 96 from Phil, and then that 64.
95.
Faultless finishing. Brilliant. 3-2, Gary Anderson.
Both players
100.
tickling the ton with their averages. Phil Taylor last week in averaging 99.92, dipped below the 3 figures on his average for the first time since week 1. That's how consistently well he's been playing.
50.
I see a shake of the head from Gary. Felt he could get past the first dart, but turns out he couldn't. And it was a little mini chance to put the power under pressure. Phil Taylor has 34 wins over Gary. Gary has 13 over Phil. Oh yes. Oh, he liked that. And why not? This is on the Phil Taylor throw. The 140 does not hurt Gary Anderson.
140.
No finish left for Phil Taylor. It's been an ordinary leg. A couple of average visits mid-leg have put him in peril. on his own throw. Anderson, though, frustratingly for him, couldn't find a treble with either of the first two, but he will be coming back for 68 for a break of throw.
He should go treble 18 now.
95.
Didn't like it. Fought a break of throw and a 4-2 lead. 16 or an 8. Tops now.
48. Phil requires 76.
Well, Phil Taylor knows the importance of these upcoming moments. That's why he's taking time to reload. May only get one dart at double, and it could be pivotal in this match. He will get two, though, however, at double 8. Oh, and Phil Taylor, last dart in hand, takes advantage of a single dart missed at tops by the world champion to level the match again once more at 3 apiece.
Yeah, it was quite brilliant. The pressure and the fact that 76 is not the easiest finish in the world. The 60 would have made it easier, of course, but you still got to do it. Unfortunate there. Used to be a time when 100+ averages were rare. They were left to this man. Now they're all at it.
140.
Back-to-back 140s from Phil Taylor here for the first time, really, in the match. Putting a lot of pressure on the Gary Anderson throw, and well, in every visit, Wayne, he's pitched it perfectly with his first two darts. Can he hit the max this time? Well, the same circumstance, can't believe it. But nevertheless, 9 darts thrown to leave 81.
Yeah, 3 140s. Gary Anderson missing the 170. How many times in his career has Phil taken this out? Oh, he's going the little 25-16 top through. Tops for a break of throw. Phil Taylor's finishing has been nigh on immaculate in this match. 61, 96, 76 and 81. And that is a 12-dart leg and, more importantly, a break of throw.
Well, you may be sitting at home saying that's completely and utterly illogical to go for the ball on 81, and you'd be right. Because you can only get one dart at a double, whatever you hit.
100.
Well, and yet, if you go 57, you can get 2.
Well, he's just been successful 6 times from the previous 9 darts, and yet thought he wasn't going to hit a 57.
137.
The end always justifies the means in sport, though, Wayne, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
If you hit it, you're right. If you miss it, he'd have someone like you on his tail. Dear Lord. He's 4-3 up. 92. Phil Taylor, first break of throw in the match there, off that 81 finish, and as Wayne rightly said, he's been lethal on the finishing tonight. Thrown 5 darts at double in the match, he's hit 4, and even the one he missed didn't matter. It was when he had 2 at double 8 and he hit it with the second dart. Didn't allow Anderson back, so it's pretty much picture-perfect finishing from Phil Taylor.
Gary Anderson really has made one mistake, and that was missing the 68 finish.
140.
Phil Taylor playing beautifully well.
98.
Well, Gary was looking for a 57 there to leave 170. Wasn't successful. Well, after breaking throw, Phil's making just that little bit of a mess. Can Gary punish him?
56.
Well, not really, because it looks as though Phil Taylor will have half a dozen at 109, and that would put him 5-3 up. Remember, he's already top of the table. He's already a point clear of Gary Anderson and Michael van Gerwen. He wants 9 for the top of the shop.
69.
Well, it's a big ask.
Gary just missing a little bit now. pressure that feels piled upon his shoulders maybe taking effect. Double 10.
Floated it in to go 2 lengths in front. He's won 3 on the trot now, Phil Taylor. And Anderson's long unbeaten run, 7 games, it stretches back now in peril as Phil Taylor looks to make it 9 unbeaten in the 2016 Premier League.
Quite incredible, really. 55 years of age. To go 8 games unbeaten in this year's Premier League.
16.
What an achievement as it is.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was just going to add to that, Wayne, was that, remember, last year he didn't even make the playoffs after the World Championship. Yet again, there were the fools saying he was finished, he was written off, he's got no chance, he'll win nothing ever again. And yet, he comes back and he plays
100.
pretty much as well as he has ever done at the age of 55, and he's now topping the table and he's 2 legs clear of the world champion. They won't learn, Wayne.
Playing like he can.
85.
He finds a way. Even if he doesn't feel like it, he somehow drags it out of himself to compete at the very top.
140.
He's missed a few 180s tonight, you think. It's at least 4 or 5 that I can remember. Phil missing.
42.
A small soupçon of frustration for Phil Taylor in and amongst a high-class performance. Won't like the lie of that, though, however. This is a crucial leg for Anderson because if he loses this one on his own throw, he cannot win the match, and he'll almost certainly lose it. So this 140 now. Not going to happen.
Struggled the last
He has.
2 legs. And you've only got to go off the boil against the likes of Phil Taylor for the best part of a couple of minutes, and it's game-changing. Averaging 95 now, Gary Anderson. 2 legs ago, that was well over a ton. Double 16.
73. Gary require 80.
Well, yeah, it's got to be the last chance for Gary Anderson. They feel that if he doesn't take this 80 out, it's curtains. Well, he's gone for 2 double tops at the start of the throw, and now he's got 1 dart in hand at that target.
60. Phil require 32.
Is his brain fried?
I don't agree with it because I don't agree with it.
Phil Taylor's still got to hit this, and he has. Yeah. You get the feeling that Gary Anderson has become almost discombobulated up there, for whatever reason.
The problem also with that type of finish and the way Gary throws is that he doesn't want to go out the board, obviously, but in going below the tops, he covers it. He makes it so much more difficult for himself.
100.
The reason there, and I'm sure it's the reason, is that he doesn't like double 10. So if you throw the first dart at 60 and you hit it, suddenly you've got 2 at double 10, which he doesn't like. He's a self-confessed loather of double 10. So he feels happier going for 2 at double top.
He's a 2-time world champ.
I know that.
Premier League champ.
Twice.
125.
And it's following a very similar pattern to their first meeting in Dublin, where Gary Anderson averaged 93. That's what he's averaging tonight.
84.
And Phil Taylor averaged 101, and tonight he's averaging 102. And that finished 7-4 to Phil Taylor, and that is going to be a similar outcome here tonight by the look of it. If Phil holds throw here, it'll be 7-3, of course.
140.
But it's a similar display of darting domination from the power.
It's looking like Phil Taylor will remain top of the pile. No matter what happens, he will stay there, but will it be by 3 points? Looking likely.
45. 100. Phil require 91.
Well, to wrap it up, with 5 consecutive legs to stay top of the Premier League table, guaranteed. Double 16.
59.
Looking for a max to pile the pressure on Phil.
112.
Well, it's a biggie.
Phil require 32.
Will it make any difference? Will the power, the six-time Premier League champ, missed it? He thought it was in. He went to walk. Well, you can walk now, Phil. That is a 7-3 win for Phil Taylor over Gary Anderson. The power remains top of the league. He's now 3 points clear. He's the one to catch.
Taylor's exactly where he wants to be, 3 points clear at the top of the table. Gary Anderson stays in third position with 13 points. Let's hear from Phil Taylor now, talking to Stuart Pike.
Well done, Phil. 3 points clear at the top of the table now.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, tough game, tough game.
The key moments, he had a dart to break, he didn't take it.
No.
In the next leg, you had a chance to break and did, and that changed things.
I know, the 140, 3 140s, yeah, and I thought he wasn't on a good finish, so I thought 25-16, if it bolts out, these 3 double 16. You're just putting the pressure under Gary, that's all. I mean, he was hitting double last start, the first couple of legs. I'm thinking he might be under a little bit of pressure here, I don't know, but just keep on and hopefully you get a draw, because when he's throwing first, you're thinking, I'll get a draw. That's the thing. Anything after that is a bonus, really.
Are you putting down a marker here?
A marker is what? Put pressure on? Am I ever? Of course I am. Yeah, Michael's got to play well tonight. Michael has. Of course he has. He's the one. But the main thing is, if I can get 4 points tonight, maybe it'll guarantee me not 100%, but to the O2. That's what I'm after. You know what I mean? I'm going to play each game as it comes. I'm not going to say I'm at the O2 and I'm going to win it. I'm just going to look forward to the next game and play each game as it comes. You know, I prepared for Gary. Now I'll go backstage and prepare for James.
Does it matter where you finish, or does it matter that you finish top?
Can I say bloody right it does? Of course it does. It's 25. Listen, anybody says £25,000 doesn't matter, then they're a fool. Of course it does. You know what I mean? It's a brand new car, or it pays your bills for the next 5 years. I mean, I used to work for £74 a week, and now I'm playing for £25,000 bonus. It still matters to me. Of course it does. I won £100 in the bookies today. Bob will tell you, I put 20 quid in, sorry, not 100, and a fruit machine, and I won 200, and I've come out and I was over the moon. And I don't do that, do you know what I mean? Not very often anyway.
Well done, we'll look forward to seeing you against James Wade later.
I'm looking forward to it, thank you.
Apologies for Phil's language there. A natural born winner, back to winning ways.